I want to let you in on how you can invest more money without using any of your savings. And when you get this strategy right, it will make you tens of thousands of dollars a year. These clients of ours just used this one to make over $29,000 a year. And they came to us not thinking that there was anything that they could do to invest more. Now, these guys had bought a property a few years back and they were dead set against paying off their mortgage ASAP. The property that they bought had gone up a fair bit in value since they bought it, and this is where the opportunity came from. Now, property equity is the difference between how much a property is worth and how much you owe. And in Australia, the banks will generally pretty comfortably lend you up to 80% of the equity value on any property, so long as you can service the mortgage. Now, when we started working together, we started talking about the potential to use their property equity to invest, and the fact that it would require them to fork out about 30 grand a year, but assuming the long-term growth rate on the property of 6.3%, that you get property growth of 63,000, meaning that they'd be like 30 grand ahead. Now, the best part of this strategy is that they did it all without using one single dollar of their savings, because the banks lent them all of the money to fund the purchase itself, plus all of the costs that related to it as well. Now, for the numbers, people here, on a $1 million property, assuming 5% in purchase costs, stamp duty, legals, etc., the total amount you're going to borrow is $1,050,000 a year. On a property like that, average rental income across Australia, 3.71%, so 37,100 of income. 1% property expenses, so 10 grand a year on $1 million property for your strata rates, insurances, maintenance, and those sorts of things as well. Mortgage interest, assuming the average interest rate, it's $70,000 a year, but you can get it a little bit cheaper. For these guys, they were paying about 62 grand a year in mortgage interest costs. And so the total cost to them, ongoing property costs plus the mortgage interest, a bit over $71,000 a year. Add back the rental income to that, and that nets out to a cash flow cost of about $44,000 a year. But the thing is that those costs are tax deductible, so there's about a $15,000 tax refund that was attached to that for these guys. Total net holding costs after tax was about 27 grand a year, and then when you add back the property growth rate, they were better off a bit over 30 grand every single year. Now, these guys bought a premium property in a premium area, and you'd assume that the growth rate would be higher than the average, but that's just assuming the average growth rate across. Given the property doubles roughly every 10 years in Australia, these guys would expect to make around $1 million on that property over the next 10-year period. And they're saving a heap of tax along the way. If you own property that's gone up in value, you could be sitting on a gold mine, but if you're going to go down this path, risk management is crucial, so make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's.